What's up, guys? It's Will from TekBeatTV bringing to you a review of the Otterbox Defender series for the iPhone 4. So I've used this for a few days now. I'd like to first off thank Otterbox for sending me this out for review. Here's the packaging that came with it. Very simplistic packaging, actually, which is great for me. You just kind of open the top up. It comes... It's an interesting packaging because this is the hook that hangs on the, I guess, store shelves, and you just open this, and this just slides out. It just kind of slides out, releases, right? The tray, very simple. That's where the case goes. Right behind there, you can see the instructions. Hopefully, we'll be able to auto-focus in on that. So those are the instructions for placing it on the phone. But I will show you real quick. This is my iPhone 4, fully in the Otterbox Defender series iPhone 4 case. So it is really durable, really shock resistant. So like I'm not afraid to do this with my phone, not afraid to drop it. It does have a built-in screen shield, so I'll show you that in a minute. But as you can see, there is no watermarking on this phone. So that's the interesting part. Most of the cases that I've seen or used in the past, whether it be for the 3G, 3GS type cases, no matter what the screen shield was, pretty much, unless you did that trick with talcum powder or baby powder, where you kind of puff the screen, it would cause watermarking unless you did that. But you know, I've experienced very little, if at all, on this case. So you'll notice it's really hard to see. I'm trying to see if I can get a... Oh, right there. So if you see that, if you push hard enough, you can create a little bit of watermarking, but if you just press it, it just kind of goes away. But it's very resistant to watermarking. I didn't use the talcum powder trick on this. This is pretty much fresh, just touching the iPhone screen. It comes with 2 layers, essentially pieces, I could call it components. So this is what it looks like on. So I'll show you the screen. So a few people have asked me, you know, how does it work? How does the sensitivity work? It works fine, honestly. It's perfect. Oh, better type in my password real quick. So it works just fine, you know, scrolling, checking email, phone calls, everything works perfectly. So that's great. So this is how you take it off. It is a little bit, you got to be a little patient with it because it does take a little bit to put on. So you just kind of just remove that and just kind of comes off. Just be gentler with it when you remove it. It has to unhook from these side components, so you just slide that off and it just comes right off. So this is the rubber portion of the Otterbox, and this is the inside of the case. It's got clips here on the side and one on the top. You basically just release the clips and the phone will just come off. So I'm just gonna release the clips on the edges and the side of the phone. Just gonna pop that off. Phone just slides out. So that's the screen shield portion of it, right? And this is the back portion. It just kind of slides off of the phone. Phone's complete, awesome, great shape, and it does also show through the logo. It has the same material that it does in the front. Also, the great part about it is the inside has this felt lining, so your phone isn't rubbing on anything. Alignment-wise, everything is great. So if you just put this phone back in, right, it's snug. The alignment of both the camera pieces and the flash and everything works perfectly. Did not experience any flashback with this phone case, I mean. It's most likely because of the non-glossy nature of it, and that's the reason why. So you just clip it in. I'll just put it back in place. Everything's aligned with regards to the earpiece, proximity sensor, front VGA camera. Everything's great. There's fully accessible to your volume volume buttons, as well as your vibrate key. The only downside that I've seen with these cases, and you kind of have to forego or give up on a certain level of you got to give up on most cases on a certain level if you want that full protection, right? So I'm just going to put it on real quick, install it as good as I can. Just got to make sure you spend the time to kind of get it lined up, because once you put it on, you know, you'll pretty much never want to take it off, because it feels second nature to have this on the phone. It does make it a little bit bulkier, but you're giving that up for that shock protection, right? So I'm just going to put that back in, align the edges, so it looks like we're pretty good except for that. Just going to move that a little bit. Alright, so we're good again. So, the rubber outer cover is back on and it works completely fine again. So see, there you go. Other than that, so here's the downside. This is a lint catcher, and it's an incredible lint catcher. When you take it in and out of your pants pocket, you better hope that you don't have that much dust, particles. I went to a volleyball game after work, and this pretty much adhered itself with any slight speckling of dust that came onto it. Just some eye clear and a microfiber will wipe it right off, but I really wish that it could have retained its shock resistant outer shell without having this super ultra grippy lint catching ability of the case. But other than that, there wasn't really any other downside to the case other than the lint catching. It worked great. I dropped it a few times just as a test, and it works fine. You know, the phone, it's a little bit weightier and a little bit bulkier than what might, if people are looking for a minimalistic design, but you're giving that up for the ability to drop your phone, you know, and not worry about it breaking or getting damaged. So there you have it, guys. That's my review of the Otterbox Defender series, and if you have any questions, concerns, comments, you know, please put them in below. And again, as always, please subscribe, please thumbs up, and I'll catch you guys real soon.